What's up, ballers? Welcome back. Today we got a couple things to talk about. So before we get started, let's take a look here at crypto bubbles. So the market is finally back in the green. We have Sui up 7%, Cardano up 3%, we have Gala up 5%, and Dogecoin up 3% as well. So that's good news. And I'm sure Dogecoin is up just because of Elon. He posted this meme on X. It says right here, Department of Government Efficiency. Has nothing to do with Dogecoin, but it's an acronym. So Elon might be floating the idea around of establishing himself as the head of a new government institution if former President Donald Trump claims the Oval Office again in November. So regardless if that happens or not, I'm sure people just ran to the exchanges and bought Dogecoin just because of that meme. On CoinMarketCap, the Fear and Greed Index is at a 26, continues to go down. That's good for those of us who want to buy crypto at a discount and hold on to it for the long term. Bitcoin is at 53,843. Now, this is an interesting thing right here. It says Bitcoin technology company River predicts in the next 18 months about 10% of U.S. companies will convert 1.5% of their cash reserves, about $10.3 billion, into Bitcoin. So that means, we don't want to miss the Bitcoin train. Obviously, a lot of us have already missed, the early profits, but still a lot more to go. We're only at 53K right now. There's a lot more to go. They're expecting Bitcoin to go to $10 million within the next 20 years or so. I'm only in my 20s. I'm sure a lot of you watching are young as well. Why is Bitcoin down today? All you need to know about U.S. jobs report and more. So the jobs report in August was not good at all. The U.S. only added 142,000 jobs, falling short of 160,000 that were expected. Bitcoin dropped to a monthly low. Aggressive bets on Fed rate cuts have hyped. Now, we take a look. It says aggressive bets on a 0.5% Fed rate cut surged above 50% and eclipsed the odds of a 0.25% cut. Now, Bitcoin ETFs see a $706 million outflow this week, and BlackRock and WisdomTree buck the trend. So what does that mean? So BlackRock and WisdomTree were the only Bitcoin ETFs that avoided any outflows over the past week. However, they recorded no new inflows in the last 2 days. So even though they didn't buy any Bitcoin, they didn't sell any either. So that should say a lot. So regardless of what your strategy is, I can't tell you guys what to do with your money. Just know that these people are not selling any of their Bitcoin. We're talking about BlackRock, right? So yeah, they're not selling any of their Bitcoin. And I think the reason why they're not buying any is because they're expecting the prices to go lower. And they own so much of the market right now that I'm sure they're able to manipulate the price a little bit. So if they want it to go down, they can make it go down a little bit. So yeah, they'll probably wait for the price to go down. Law firm Covington hit with a $100 million lawsuit over client's crypto defense. So this is interesting. It says that in this case, there was video evidence proving a client's innocence, but the video evidence wasn't released until June of 2022, more than 2 years after Covington stopped representing him. And in the criminal case, prosecutors dropped the case against him. And in March of 2023, citing material exculpatory evidence obtained by the government well after return of the indictment, according to a filing. Can't trust anybody these days. Vitalik Buterin shares 10-year visions for Ethereum network. And really the 10-year vision is just making it more efficient. Mobile phone node operators being able to download data, hash it in under 12 seconds, and with the node solving elliptic curve equations to check a snark will be possible. So just making it, operate better, quicker, and more efficient all around. New Android malware steals private keys from screenshots and images. We've been hearing a lot about North Korean hackers stealing crypto and stuff. There's a new Android malware called Spy Agent, so be aware of that. Discovered by software security firm McAfee that can steal private keys stored in screenshots and images on a smartphone's internal storage. Also, be careful with those text documents that you guys like to type on, even your text messages. I have an iPhone, but I'm still not 100%, I don't trust it that much. I always like to write down my passphrases on paper, physically. So yeah, just be careful with all of that electronic stuff. Largest Japanese banks to use Swift Link stablecoin system for cross-border payments. And these are the largest banks. They're going to be involved in Project Pax, which is a cross-border payment platform that allows users to complete international settlements. And they're going to be integrating the Swift payment system, standard messaging system for international payments. So that's very good. Ethereum Foundation's main wallet down to about $650 million. As recently as March 2022, when the price of Ethereum's native crypto was higher, the foundation's treasury held about $1.3 billion of Ethereum. So that was about twice as much. El Salvador celebrates 3 years of Bitcoin adoption, so it's the 3-year anniversary today. Eyes broader access. So, this is like the Bitcoin revolution. El Salvador is part of the Bitcoin revolution, and they have gotten $31 million in unrealized gains in its Bitcoin holdings. Another thing is that every single day they purchase 1 Bitcoin. So that's part of their strategy right now. It's a very good strategy, and I think that it's something that I also do. And I'm not buying Bitcoin daily, but regardless of the price of Bitcoin, I continue to buy it every single week, and other cryptos as well. I just make sure that I buy it every single week because I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't have a crystal ball. I think the best thing I can do is just buy the dip, buy it as it goes up, buy it as it goes down, because I believe that Bitcoin is going to go down within the next month, next couple of months, but I wouldn't want to miss out on opportunities and then say, damn, well, I was expecting it to go down and now we're sitting at all-time highs. So I like the way that they're dollar cost averaging. They're not missing out on any opportunities. Will Bitcoin recover from this $78.5 million whale sale? Metrics suggest. So this large-scale investor sold a lot of Bitcoin, which is 1,458, and that was worth $78.5 million. And long story short, yes, Bitcoin will recover. One investor isn't going to impact the price of Bitcoin long term. I think that it might, move the price in the short term, but we got to understand something. If you always look over the long term, Bitcoin will move up in price. We could zoom out right here, and boom, it's always going to move up in price. And people say, oh, Bitcoin is crashing. This is the year chart. Bitcoin hasn't even crashed. See, even if we were to go down to 40K, just a year ago, Bitcoin was at 25.9. So even if we were to go down to 40,000 right now, Bitcoin would still be in the green. Even if we were to go down to 30K, we would still be in the green for the year. So, a lot of this fear that's being pushed out by a lot of these influencers and by the media really is just unnecessary, because got to understand something. For people who aren't day traders, we're just here for the long run. We're just here to hold it, because for those of us who are in retail, we have to know who we're competing against, right? Institutions and whales. They're not thinking about tomorrow. They're not thinking about next month. They're not thinking about next year. They're looking 5, 10, 20 years ahead. So when they're thinking about Bitcoin, they're looking all the way up here. You know what I mean? So that's something that we always have to consider. Bitcoin. U.S. companies predicted to buy $10.3 billion in Bitcoin in 2025. So, yeah, these companies, they're definitely going to be stacking up on the Bitcoin, and they have more money to throw into it. And that's really something that you and I should consider, because if we're not dollar cost averaging, then we're going to be the ones who are going to be priced out, because this is the time where we're going to be seeing these discounts. We're not going to be able to see $50,000 Bitcoin in 2-3 years from now. If we are, then we're going to be lucky, but we don't know if we're going to see these opportunities again. So, just remember that. And let's be honest, if Bitcoin continues to dip, that's even better, because that just means more discounts for us. So just remember to stay focused, stick to your strategy, and don't let the media, don't let any of these articles discourage you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.